Hello and welcome. Here is a quick tour of my CNC machine. Show you what's what. First off, I'll bring the cutting head up to the front so you can see what's going on. So on the other side of the room we have a dust collecting vacuum, dust extractor, and that's connected to this 2.5-inch hose through that set of fittings right there. One goes to the dust collector in case there's a problem with the extractor. And then we have a 1 horsepower water-cooled spindle. It's hard to see through a viewfinder and see what you're doing. This is a nozzle that goes to the air blower. And then here we have a vacuum chuck. And what that does is it uses a vacuum pump. I can turn on right here. And that uses vacuum to hold your work down on this surface here. And you can see it's not going anywhere. Listen to that though. So this is sitting here for a job later. We've got the dust boot. It hangs over here. That goes on here for collecting dust. And then this is the Z probe to determine your height. So we put that on here to the tool, and then it touches off of that to determine exactly 20.03 millimeters from the surface. And that all rides on that gantry. And it has a couple of stepper motors that move the head around. And here is the control computer. It's just a Raspberry Pi running on a little touch screen. And we have a small keyboard here. And over here we have the motion controller. This is what controls all the stepper motors. Moves them around and sends the signal over to this variable frequency drive. And what this does is actually sends a specific AC frequency to the spindle and controls how fast it's spinning. We'll come over here and look in from the back. And here's one of the stepper motors. This is what moves the axis back and forth. That's the other one that moves the y-axis. And you can see there's a quick view of the x-axis motor, and the z-axis motor is up there on top of that. And then down here, and the air compressor that provides the blower air. And then in there, in the back, is the regulator and the solenoid valve for the air blower. And here is the water cooler that lets me run that spindle 24 hours a day if I need to. And then back in the back there is the vacuum pump that holds the work down on the vacuum chuck. Let's see. That's the iVac and the switch that arms the air blower. So this, if I want the blower air, I turn that on, and if I want the dust collection running, I flip that iVac to auto. And then, let's see, bits and collets and pencils. Flash drive in case my network goes down to get my files on. And here we've got a little brass hammer for tapping things around. And tons of drawers full of little stuff. Just desk organizers. So we have different clamps, clamping setups, and different bits. Lots of end mills, drills, collets. And then the clamps all work with the spoil board with these pocket socket nuts. insert nuts, or obviously my vacuum. So that's it. That's a tour of Archy the CNC. Hope you enjoyed.